You should stop using your personal credit to fund your business. Look, personal credit wasn't designed to fund your business. A lot of problems are going to occur, including damaged personal credit scores. If you continue to use your personal credit to fund your business, and you'll eventually get to a point where I call personal financial checkmate, because you'll have done so much damage that then you can't get the credit financing you really need to get to start and grow your business, because you have used personal credit the wrong way to fund your business. But here's the better question. How do you make the transition? How do we transition from consumer credit to business credit the right way? Well, that's exactly what I want to break down right now in this training. I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to transition from using consumer credit, which you might have done to this point, to fund your business, to stop doing that and using business credit to be able to take you to exponential growth. And by the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to do this. You're going to know why you need to make the move and how to transition to stop using personal credit, personal guarantees, personal credit checks to fund your business. Look, we got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. So first of all, let's talk about why you want to stop. Consumer credit, a third of your credit score is based on what's called utilization. So that means as you put balances on your consumer credit score, then it really severely damages your personal credit score. Now, if we think about this, 35% of your credit score's payment history, 30% utilization. So, I mean, FICO is almost telling us that keeping balances on our credit cards on the personal side is almost statistically as damaging as paying our bills late. Wow, it's that big of a deal. So what we have to do as entrepreneurs is stop putting balances on our consumer credit cards when we don't need to. So this is one of the biggest reasons we don't want to use personal credit to fund a business. It wasn't designed for that. So if you look at how SBA frames this, business credit cards have a 10 to 100 time higher limits than what we see with consumer credit, 10 to 100 times. And that's because I may never need to spend $10,000 on home computers at Dell, but I very well may need to spend $10,000 for business computers at Dell. Businesses spend a lot more money, so the limits on these credit cards are way higher than what we see as a consumer. It's one of the many problems of trying to use consumer credit and force it to fund a business. It's not designed to do so. The limits are so low, they're not designed to be able to give us the borrowing capacity that we need to be able to fund the business. Not to mention, then we start putting inquiries on our personal credit for business purposes. That hurts our credit score. Then we try to get more credit cards as a consumer to be able to fund the business. That hurts our credit mix. If we look at the 5 components of the FICO score, we're damaging basically all of them just by trying to use consumer credit to fund a business. Now, business credit to the rescue. This is exactly why business credit was created to begin with. Business credit is designed for you and I as small business owners to be able to fund our business. As a matter of fact, if you do this right, business credit can basically help your business fund itself. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if I try to go get a credit card as a consumer, if I try to go get a business loan, a credit line, if there's so many types of financing out there that if I try to get them, then I have to be a signer. I have to be a personal guarantor. It's based on my personal credit quality. It's based sometimes on my personal financials, my personal taxes, my personal bank statements. It's me basically needing to give them what's needed to be able to get the actual loan. But if we look at a business that can fund itself, a business that can fund itself creates its own credit profile. It creates its own credit score. When the business goes to get money, it's using the credit profile for the business as leverage to get the money. And when you do this, you don't as much need personal guarantees. You don't need personal credit checks. You don't need personal bank statements and tax returns and all those things that might have been required up to this point. So what we need to do is create a credit profile for the business so the business funds itself. And when we do so, we can then transition from using our consumer credit, which we might have wrongly do, admittingly, a lot of us do this, including myself, to start a business before we learn this. Then we can transition to start using business credit. And there's a tremendous amount of benefits once we make this transition. We'll talk about those during this training. So how do we do this? Well, it starts with first building a business credit profile and score. And we have to be intentional about this. And here's why. Because it doesn't just accidentally happen. Look, if I try to go into Target right now and I go to checkout, I'm buying a TV. Well, the first thing they're going to say is, hey, do you want to save 20% by getting the Target MasterCard, Visa card, whatever kind of credit card it is, right? So every time I go into Target, they're asking me if I want this credit card. And if I say yes, I already know that credit card's going to appear on my consumer credit report. It's going to happen. We don't even think about it. If we go get a credit card, we know it's going to show up in our personal credit reports. But the exact opposite is true in the business credit world. Over 90% of trade credit, over 90% of credit that's issued to you as a business owner doesn't even report to a business credit reporting agency. Over 90%. So that means that the majority of credit that you are extended does not report on your business credit reports. And this is why you have to be intentional and intentionally build your business credit by going out and getting credit with lenders, with credit issuers who you know will report on your business credit reports. Because if you don't do this, you may go to 3 million, 10 million, 100 million in revenue and not have any established business credit because the credit you're given doesn't report to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, or Equifax Commercial. So what we need to do is be intentional here. We need to go and make sure we're building business credit that does report. And the more credit we add to our business credit reports, the deeper our credit profile becomes. And the deeper the credit profile becomes, the more types of credit and financing become available to us based on that business credit quality. So let's think about this as a consumer. When you first start consumer credit, you can't go get a mortgage. It's impossible. You can't go get a mortgage as the first thing on your consumer credit reports. First, you start with small credit cards, typically secure credit cards, small limits. Then you show you're responsible. Then your limits get higher. Then you get auto loans. Then you get mortgages. There's this growth period of you building business credit or personal credit. Well, it's exactly the same thing in the business world. You're going to have to start somewhere. Now, we don't start with secured credit cards. We usually start with what are called starter vendors. So we're going to go to places like Granger. We're going to go to places like Uline, even Strategic Network Solutions. They will give us credit when we have none. They report to business credit reporting agencies. They do not require personal credit checks or personal guarantees for approval. All we have to do is go set up our business where it's fundable first, and I've got tons of training on that on YouTube and my shorts everywhere. You can find those. So we set up our business where it's fundable. Then we go get some credit with these vendors. Then we buy stuff. We use the credit. We pay it back as agreed. It reports to the business credit reporting agencies. 3 accounts with Dun & Bradstreet, 1 with Equifax, 1 with Experian gives us a credit report and score. The score reflects how we pay the bill. So if we pay the bill on time or early, we get a good score. And those scores are important because those scores will tie into the kind of interest rates we will get. So if we want the most money and the best terms, not only do we want to build business credit, but we've got to make sure we're paying those bills on time or early. Unlike with consumer credit, if I'm 1 day late, it hurts me in the business world. Like consumer, I could be 30 days late before it has an impact. Business, 1 day late, it hurts you. So we need to pay on time or early. So now we have some accounts. We've created some trade lines. We've got some accounts with the business credit reports. Now we have a profile. Now we have a score. Now we want to continue to build business credit. And how we do this and how we make the transition from consumer to commercial credit is we start looking at what we're actually going to buy in our business. So many entrepreneurs make the mistake of trying to go out and get a loan or a credit line to pay for everything they need. They're like, hey, I'm starting a business and I need a $200,000 credit line. No, you don't. It's very hard to get a $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 credit line in the beginning stages of your business. The higher the amount of credit line or loan that you need, the harder it is to get approved. So what we want to do is spread out our spending across as many sources as will give us credit. And there's a couple of reasons we want to do it. First of all, it's way easier to get $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 individual limit accounts than one $200,000 limit account. So it's easier to get approved if we do it this way. The second thing is remember we talked about the depth of that credit profile? Well, that depth comes when you have more accounts reporting on your business credit reports. So we don't want to go get 1 credit line and use it. We want to go get 10 credit cards and use them all. Because now we have all this depth, we have all these trade lines, we have all these accounts on our business credit reports. Now lenders and credit issuers see that all these people are giving us credit and we're using the credit and we're paying it back. And the more that we show this growing history of getting and using credit, the more credit issuers approve us, the higher the limits get. Like the whole thing just compounds. It's like compounding interest. It just, our limits get high. The amount of credit we're given increases, and we just have substantial access to capital by doing this. So we want to make sure that we now look at what we're spending on a regular basis. So if I'm launching a business, well, I have my computer here, I have my camera right here, I have my ring lights right here, I have my standing desk, my chair is behind me, I've got my keyboard right here, right? I've got my Apple iPhone right here. So on 100% of what I described, my printer behind me, my paper behind me, all these things, my books, I can even buy at places like Amazon. 100% of this stuff I can use business credit cards to buy. I can buy my computers from HP. I can get a credit line with Apple for my phone. I can go to Best Buy to get credit here for my computers and for my ring lights. I can go to Amazon. All these stores sell the stuff I need to buy. If I'm looking at maintaining my business, well, I tell you what, this thing, this wireless, this sucks batteries like you wouldn't believe. I definitely need batteries, right? I'm going to probably want an updated phone regularly as well. My tech is going to fail. I'm going to need it. I always need a lot of paper for my printer. I need stamps. You get the idea. So I'm going to break down what I'm spending. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find the best credit cards to buy that stuff. I want a credit line with Apple. I buy a lot of Apple product. I want to be able to get a credit line at Best Buy. It's where I love to buy my computers and a lot of my electronics. So I'm going to look at where I would want to go to buy that stuff and go get corporate credit with that source. Now look, even Macy's and Nordstrom offer business credit without a personal guaranteed credit check. I mean, almost every major retailer offers it. So wherever you're shopping now, more than likely, they offer you a business credit card that reports to the business credit reporting agencies. You do not want to give them authorization for a personal guarantee. You do not want to give them authorization for a personal credit check. What you want to do is build your business credit, and the more it builds, the more these credit issuers will extend you credit. So if I go to Staples and I get them denied, well, then I want to continue to get more credit from other sources. Then I want to go back and reapply with Staples until I get approved. Now, not to self-promote, but if you're using our fundability technology, we show you all of the ones you can get approved for, so you're never wasting time with denials because you're only applying for credit you know you can get. But if you're doing this on your own, a little bit of a trial and error process there. So now we've got everything listed of what we need to buy. Now we've got the best sources to buy that. Now we're going out and getting credit. And then we're using that credit to buy the stuff. Then we're letting it report. Then we're paying the bill. Okay. Now, the nice thing here is that there's a lot of benefits. First benefit of doing this is that we have flexibility now. We're keeping our cash in our bank account. We're using credit to buy the stuff that we need to buy. Then we're paying off the credit as we want to. And then we can even pay it off before interest accrues. So we're not paying interest on this money if we pay it off before that. And it gives us the flexibility of keeping the money in the bank until we want to use the money in the bank to pay off the credit. So that's one huge benefit of being able to do this. Another thing are just rewards points, right? There's a lot of these sources will give us cash back, 1%, 2%, 3% cash back on our spending. I can go get my main credit cards at American Airlines credit card because I fly American Airlines, right? I get all kinds of travel points and benefits. I'm always getting bumped up to first class and food and all these other cool things. Marriott Hotel, I'm getting free hotels because I use my Marriott credit card. So again, you're getting points, you're getting rewards, you're getting incentives just by regularly spending the money you'd spend. A guy that I coach pays for all of his payroll using his credit cards. And then he pays off the credit cards before interest accrues. But this gives him enough money and points that he pays for all of his family vacations that way. Okay. I'm not telling you that's what you should or shouldn't do, but it's an example of how deep this can go. He's doing what he would normally do, but instead of using his bank account to pay it, he uses credit cards to pay it. Then he pays off the credit cards. Then the points he gets pays for family vacations. So again, there's these major benefits of using credit cards. We're building business credit. It's making us more appealing to credit issuers, more appealing to lenders. We're getting cash back incentives. We're getting points. We're getting all of this just by using this new system. Now what happens is we basically are building a business credit profile and score where our personal credit doesn't really matter as much. Now we're able to get credit cards with Visa, MasterCard, Amex, every major fuel station in the country, every major retailer without personal guarantees, without personal credit check. Now we're transitioning from consumer credit to commercial credit. Now there's not these inquiries on our personal credit report. Now we're not using personal credit cards to fund the business. Now we're getting 0% business credit cards. We can do transfers from our personal credit to our business credit. Now we free up our utilization on the consumer credit, seeing our scores increase. And when we come out of this on the other side, now we don't have to use our personal credit as much. The business credit cards can fund the business. We don't need personal credit cards. We can use our business credit profile and score to start qualifying for a lot of credit, even financing, without having inquiries on our personal credit reports and scores. We don't have to become personally liable for the business debts. The business can stand on its own. And as we've done all of this and we are on the other side of it, then we're appealing to lenders. We're appealing to credit issuers. They start giving us pre-screened offers. They start chasing us instead of us chasing them. The money is readily available there when we need it, because now our business has a history of paying its bills as agreed. Credit issuers and lenders see that everybody's giving our business money and the business is wisely paying those bills as agreed. And as a reputation continues to improve, the amounts of money you get approved for climb, then you really get your business to the ability to fund itself. We've transitioned from consumer credit to commercial credit. We can use our personal credit for things like personal credit cards, personal car loans, mortgages, and use our business credit for real estate, commercial real estate deals, for being able to get credit cards, being able to make it easier to get loans and all those kind of things. And now we have this separation as what we see SCORE, Inc., Entrepreneur, and all the financial authorities recommend that we do. There you have it. That's how we transition from consumer to commercial credit. If you want help along the way, grab our free step-by-step guide at creditsuite.com/EIN. That guide will map out the exact steps to build business credit. It'll give you access to more vendors. It'll tell you how to go through each step of the process to actually succeed. You can get it at creditsuite.com/EIN. Hey, did you get value from this training? If so, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for our next training. We talk about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.